Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Read Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon. Death is where we are at now, which doesn't look great. Fun fact, a fade to white, as we can see, has occurred here, represents death in fiction. So, did we die? White. The color pulls an old memory from the corners of my mind. Something I'd long forgotten, yet we've seen a bunch of times. Something I had no choice but to forget. Something that my father had ordered me to forget. It was a hot summer day. Huge, fluffy clouds cover the blue sky. The air shimmers with heat, and the keening of cicadas eats at me. The cries of the cicadas. Screech, screech, screech. Screech, screech, screech. Screech, screech, screech. You know what? That's better than having to imitate the cicadas like in the original fan translation. Because let me tell you, I didn't like having to do the cicada noises every time. I'll take 9 screeches instead. It's so loud, I wish I was dead. Cicada husks are scattered around. It feels as if the beating sun is right on top of us, burning, sizzling, scorching the clearing. A hot midsummer day. It's as if the world has warped into one massive frying pan. Sob, 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 sob. Oh, interesting, we're doing 9 by 9. Akiha is crying. The little girl who's always following after me is weeping into her hands. It's a lot clearer of a vision than I think we've seen even in the original. A child is on the ground. He lies deathly still, his white shirt stained a deep red. I gaze down at them. My hands drip with that same red. It is also worth mentioning, that's Akiha in her crimson Akiha outfit. With the red dress. Huh. No, that's not right. My hands are soaked in its blood.
Shiki!
Really? Really?
Shiki!
Are we really censoring what we can clearly hear is...
Shiki!
See, this is a time where I'm like, okay, maybe voice acting was a mistake. The adults are here. Their faces contort as they realize what's transpired.
Nante koto da.
They drag Akiha away. The other thing is dead. Towering white clouds sail high above in the distance. Left alone, I gaze up vacantly at the summer sky. The adults are yelling. They're yelling the killer's name, my name, screaming the same 2 syllables over and over like they've lost their minds. Okay, so no, it does expect you to have voice acting on to know that they said the name, okay. Just 2 syllables. The adults call out Shiki as they bear down on me. Nice italics there. Nice. I really hope they use that. Because that was one thing the fan translation did that was really good. My hands are drenched in blood. I mean, it's really the best way to handle it. If you know, you know. I still don't understand. Killing that which can be killed. Killing that which lives. What's wrong with that exactly? Well, we hit the death of the chapter, so I opened my tightly shut eyes. My dreams were familiar somehow, something I didn't fully understand. I'm in my room. I remember losing consciousness in front of the gate, but I don't recall how I got here. Oh, right, I forgot. I forgot too. Someone told me. Right. We lost consciousness in front of the gate, and the thing is, if we didn't have the key, then we do get a bad ending. So let's go back. Because again, we're not going to be doing this route a second time. It's a different thing, right? And let's fast forward and let's not get the key and see what happens if that's... Because we got tigered, right? What's up with that? Anyways, let's lie to her, even though it makes me feel bad. It makes me feel horrible, but I can't tell Hisui the truth. What Archwood and I do has to remain a secret. And I can't exactly say I'm going vampire hunting. Regardless of if she'd believe me or not, I don't want to get my family involved.
Yeah, もう夜に出歩く用事はないよ。
Yeah, because then this won't get us the key, which apparently gives us a bad
今
ending.
朝も秋葉にお小言をもらったばかりだし。
かしこまりました。それでは今夜も通常通りに門を閉めさせていただきます。
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Can't say this feels good, but it's for the best. No, it's not, buddy. You're gonna die. With Hisui's position, as long as I say I'm not doing it, she can't question me. She bows and returns to her cleaning duties. I'll head back to my room, and then we'll just fast forward through, because it should be mostly the same then, right? We'll know when the text goes speedy. Oh, never mind. After dinner, I stow myself in my room. It's almost 10 o'clock. I should sneak out carefully and make sure I don't get caught. Oh, see, now it's fast forward. It's doing it automatically. How nice. Oh, I wonder how long this is going to take. Let's see. Okay, it's still going. Fast forward's working pretty good. I was worried that on the Switch, the fast forward would kind of hitch and stuff, because I know in Mihoyo, it hitched quite a bit. And I was like, oh man, would the Switch version not run as well? But it seems to be running fine. And what I thought was the sound glitching, which I was like, dang, are we really getting audio glitches and stuff? It actually just ended up being my headset. So, hey, that's fine. Because the game audio itself is seemingly a-okay. Unless I've just somehow missed all the audio glitches that I thought were there. I can't get over the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man with the Doc Ock arms. It's like... It's a cool design, but it really feels out of nowhere. It feels like a mook you'd encounter in FGO, right? And I know it's meant to show that, hey, some of these vampires are kind of messed up, right? But we'll see. Anyways, I'm not feeling too good. Oh man, we really have to fast forward through a lot of this. Well, the good news is if you forgot anything, now you can remember it. Because I know some people aren't happy how kind of lackadaisical my upload schedule is, but it is just I record when I can. Oh, yeah, this is new. Here we go. Climbing the hill to the mansion, I eventually reach the main entrance. It's a little past 2 in the morning. My fatigue is really starting to set in now.
あれ、しまった。正門が閉まってる。
You messed up, buddy. How come? Someone's at the front door. Don't worry if you're hearing announcements. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm right by a Google Home that I have very little control over. How come? It was still open when I came home late yesterday.
オートロックは切っておいたんだけどな。
That's because you screwed off, buddy. It's possible the locking mechanism was changed. It was. Either way, I'm stuck now. I could try to climb over, but I'm sure that would cause the security system to go off. I'd also rather not kill the lock. Just do it. They don't know about it. Just do it. You could just kill the lock and be like, yeah, it's crazy burglars. If they found a broken lock on the gate, that would definitely be cause for emergency family meeting. Oh, actually, yeah, fair enough. I should only use my eyes as a last resort.
この屋敷、裏門とかなかったっけ？
Have you tried super jumping? Just crouch for a brief second, then press up. Yeah. Just do that, then air dash, and then do it again. Are you walking around the entire place? I prop my back against the wall to take a break. I've been following along the estate's walls, but after all that happened today, I'm starting to get dizzy. It's a familiar dizziness, a sure sign of my anemia acting up. I'm having trouble breathing, too. I'd love to lie down, but that's not an option right now. If there's a back entrance, I haven't found it yet. Just how far does this wall go? I'm only now starting to appreciate how truly massive this place is. There may be no choice but to follow the main road around, climb the hill, and enter through the forest. According to the map on my phone, it's about a 3-kilometer walk from here. Thank God for Google Maps.
体力持つといいんだけど。
I'd really like to avoid walking through the woods in the dark. There's street lamps, as long as I'm following the road, but I won't be able to count on them in the forest. When I think about walking in that darkness, shivers go up my spine. Oh! People also explained to me what this is. And so I was like, wait, what? Did we just kill No. So they talk about high-level vampires can basically send out clones that are just to do their bidding. Sure. Yeah, no, I remember that actually. So perfect. Thank you. That's the answer. I forgot. That's strange. There's something standing there, between the street lamps where neither light reaches. My blood is flowing at double its usual speed. Perhaps it's just another illusion. It's definitely a person, but I can't see anything other than that. There's something strange about that silhouette. It's getting closer. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of hollow footsteps. Its only exposed eye is bloodshot and fixed on me. The blade of my knife is set loose. My other hand goes to the temple of my glasses. That's literally his, super move in Melty. Literally, just, the knife, and then, well, his glasses are always off there, but it feels like it. Like, when you do that super, it feels like he takes off his glasses and takes out the knife, and then does the leaping jump, which then does the 17 hits, right? A centipede-like chill crawls its way up my back. With one final step, the figure crosses the point of no return. The very moment, the light from the street lamps vanishes with an audible click. The moon is hidden behind a veil of clouds. The world has plunged into darkness. My heart races, as if to inform me of my rapidly approaching demise. Dizziness glues my feet in place as though I were trudging through mud. Oh, we were just literally too tired from walking around. That's how we die this time? Though I try to retreat, my body is too slow to respond. A knife cuts the darkness. The wet sound of flesh being pierced comes from somewhere above my heart. I don't understand. I can just barely wrap my head around the fact that a knife is sticking out of my chest. Ooh, there was a bit of a silhouette there. I mean, we literally know who that's meant to be, so whatever, but... Well, I do. If you're there's a few people who are saying, I didn't watch the original Let's Play and I'm watching this. And I'm like, oh, buddy, my commentary is going to possibly spoil / not be good for that. I am talking on the assumption that I know the original, so sorry. The moon pierces the cloud cover for only a moment, illuminating the figure's form. A ghastly frame, utterly shrouded in blackness. But something feels familiar. That was the last thing I ever saw. Hooray, we died again. Well, there it is. That's another death in the... Well, this isn't in the death chapter, but it's thematically appropriate. Anyways, yes, please teach us. Let's go. Time for more shenanigans.
特に心当たりのないデッドエンドを迎えた遠野くんをお助けする Q&A コーナー。教えて、シエル先生の時間です。こんにちは、教官のシエルです。
I wonder if she's gonna be like, hey, what was up with the Arkwood with the glasses? She's encroaching on my territory.
Good cat.
What? God cat. Special translation, I am the cat god.
さて、今回の
We're
死
just
亡
going
です
past that?
が、なぜ
Alright.
こうなったかわかりますか、ゴッド？
Oh, God.
紙だからわかんねえ。直前に選択肢もなかったし。はい、これはちょっと珍しい数個前の選択が影響しているパターンです。
It's, hey, they're teaching ya.
ただでさえ深夜の探索は感心できないというのに、お家の方に嘘までつくのは道徳的にアウト。心当たりがある遠野くんは該当する選択肢に戻って誠実に対応してみると良いでしょう。嘘は良くない。正直が一番ってことだにゃ。見ろよ、私にそっくりな吸血鬼ヒロインの心の綺麗さ。
So again, one other thing that's kind of funny is, so Neko Arc has literally evolved into her own character. She was in the original Tsukihime just Arquid drawn as a small cat, right? And then later on, they slowly changed her over time to actually be a separate thing. So in this one, from the start, we're treating them as a separate character.
やっぱヒロインたるもの、嘘つかない、隠し事もしないが基本だよね。
Look at that shadow boxing. That's a really good sprite. I love it.
ね、そうは思いませんか、シエル先生。
Look at the motion on that fist.
ところで、
her
何か
go!
言わなくてはいけないことがあるんじゃないかにゃ。
She looks so ready to Dempsey roll. Oh, her too!
にゃにゃにゃ。
She's Dempsey rolling!
素直な心には一発も当たらないにゃ。
She's literally Dempsey rolling. That's amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Type Lumina, she's got normal hitboxes.
それなりに鋭いじゃないのさ。
That sprite is so
実
good.
力は互角というところか。
Oh my god. Combat Teacher Ciel peak.
それでは今回はこの辺で。また次のデッドエンドで会いましょう。隠すのは体重と武器だけにして。
Nice. That was good. That was good. I'm happy about that. No, that was a good one. All right, we'll hit continue. This should bring us right back to, yeah, I'm in my room. I remember losing consciousness in the front gate, but I don't recall how I got here. That was pretty cool. My mind is still sluggish. The events of last night come back to me in a scrambled mess. So many crazy things happen that I have trouble processing it all, but one part does stand out. Yeah, whoa, oh, interesting. I kind of want to do all three to see his thoughts on each of them, you know? Yeah, I kind of want to see what he thinks regardless. Let's start with Arkwid. Really, that girl. From ambushing me at school to us patrolling the town, she didn't give me a moment of rest. On top of that, we even broke into the zombies' hideout where she made me watch that intense fight. None of this would have been conceivable for me a week ago. And her demands get more ridiculous with each passing day. Part of me just wants me to tell her to cut me some slack. But she's not all bad. She's always looking out for me in her own clumsy way, and at least it's never dull with her around. I guess that's why I don't find myself complaining. The thing that worries me is that look she had. It must be because her... Oh, buddy, you're so stupid. Must be because her wound is still causing her pain. I'll have to check that she's all healed up tonight. Okay, so then that should be back. Right? Yeah, okay. Cool, let's return. Wait, isn't there quick save, quick load? There is. Can I... Okay, so I should be using that more. Okay, sounds good. I didn't really look into that system, but I'll be using that more. Okay, so it's like, for instance, if I do a... Oh, can I not quick load here? Quick save? I can't, because I can't press up right now. Okay, so it doesn't even matter. Anyways, yeah, what's up with the man in black? The man cloaked in shadow. Thinking back, he must have been lying in wait for me. He knew the path I'd take home. Judging by his form, I'm certain he wasn't human, which means it's fair to venture that he was a vampire. Could Arquid's enemy have decided to target me now that they know I'm helping her? In any case, I don't have to worry about him anymore. That eye, twisted and seething with hatred, is closed now. The vampire was able to see the same lines I could, but he's been vanquished by the nun.
とにかくまず起きないと。
Is that the end of the scene? Yes. Okay. Good. All right. Yeah. Well, and let's discuss the fact that our teacher is a super nun. Miss Noel. Though I should really be dropping the miss part at this point. It defies reality. Our self-proclaimed beautiful substitute teacher is actually a nun who protects the city from vampires? That's one of the most fun sentences I've ever said. How much weirder can this all get? Everything with Arquid was already a shock to my system, but Miss Noel's true identity was so out of left field it beggars belief. If someone were to tell me that last night was all a dream, I'd happily believe them. Bit of a weird dream, but, you know, it happens. But that isn't happening. As easy as it would be to write it off as such, that clearly was no dream. Miss Noel is a human who hails from the same world as Arquid. Europe. A human who hunts vampires. A human who serves to protect the town and its inhabitants. Though I can tell from the way she speaks that she's different from the rest of us. I'm sure she considers each and every vampire her enemy, worthy of extermination. Even Arquid. And I guess by extension, me. I do actually really like they took Ciel out and, you know,
起きないと。
focus on, because otherwise you're kind of double, like, here's the thing. People will be like, oh, but then there's less, you know, interaction with Ciel. And I kind of get that, but at the same time, I'm sure Ciel's route will have interaction with Arquid. But you don't have to worry about, you know, being like, oh no, now I feel bad. Because a lot of people were really disappointed with Arquid's route in the original. Saying stuff like, oh, you know, it doesn't feel like she's the focus, right? It feels like, you know, just an introduction without fully committing to her. This, by doing this, we can focus more on Arquid, which, hey, that works. I have other things to worry about. Time to make the donuts. I've been saying that so often lately. I don't know why. It's 7:30. Most days I'd be finished with breakfast by now.
翡翠はいないな。
That is strange. And I'm really worried. Because, like, why is Saiki Goto... Oh, his words are gonna kill me until Red Garden's release. Usually she's standing there like a shadow on the wall, but I don't see her today. I bet she came to wake me up a few times. And when I wouldn't budge, she probably gave up and returned to her other duties.
疲れが溜まってて目が覚めなかったんだろうな。
And we know that she won't, like, grab us and shake us, so she probably just stood there, expecting her mere presence to be enough to wake us up. A deep sigh escapes my lips. I'll be sure to take a nap before meeting up with Arquid tonight. There's no point in letting my thoughts linger over what happened last night. I can just talk it over with Arquid later. I've completely, like... One thing the game needs is it needs in the flowchart, it needs what day of the week is it? Because I'm like, okay, is he just not going to school or is it a weekend? Like, because I do need that. And if I don't try to have a normal life during the day at least, I might go nuts.
まずは朝食だ。
Shikitono's famous line. Honestly, I'm not really that hungry, but I could use the nutrients. Especially after last night. My body needs fuel to shake off this fatigue. Whoop, there we go. We're on the ground.
Oh.
I try lifting my body off the bed only to find myself collapsing right back down. Like a tree felled for lumber. I tumble shoulder first onto the floor. I'm stuck here, unable to move my arms and legs. Thankfully, everything is so hazy that I've yet to panic. My body may be paralyzed, but I'm breathing normally. Must be the anemia again, I think dully, as if it were happening to someone else. I sure hope you didn't land in like an embarrassing position. And just like that, I spend my morning on the floor, staring at the clock until Hisui comes to check on me just after 8. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry. If I was stuck on the floor like that for a half hour, unable to move, waiting till someone found me, I would be scared. I actually have that fear. When I'm living alone in China, I'm like, what if something happens to me? Like, no one would find me. It was kind of scary to think about. That's why I have a cell phone at hand to quickly text in case of emergency.
申し訳ありません。どうかお叱りください。
Alright, put on the cat ears.
四季様の変調に気がつかなかった私の落ち度です。
翡翠は悪くないよ。いつものことだし、そう大げさに取らない。
I don't know. I feel like being stuck on the ground staring at the ceiling for a half hour is kind of bad. I'm lying on my bed with my back propped up against the headboard. If it weren't for Hisui, I'd still be planted on the floor.
学校の方には姉さんが連絡を入れてくれました。
Oh, it is a school day.
体調不良による欠席でよろしいのですね。
Well, yeah, there's no other choice.
それで頼む。ちょっと疲れが溜まっていただけだから、学校を休むのは後ろめたいけどね。
Buddy, you can't move. If you physically can't move, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't do school, buddy.
立てなくなるほどの疲れはもう疲れとは言えないかと存じます。四季様は遠野家の長男。ご自分のお体をもっと大切にしていただかなければ困ります。
いや、ちゃんと大切にしてるよ。
I offer an awkward reassurance after Hisui's surprisingly harsh words. Hisui's reaction when she found me sure was something. When she first opened the door, she was frozen stiff for a few seconds. She then rushed over to help me, and with a face full of determination and purpose, she froze again for a solid minute. Flustered, she paced around the room for a few minutes before finally leaving to get Kohaku. She couldn't grab me. Even though Hisui wasn't the one to physically pick me up, there's no questioning her commitment to my well-being. She still couldn't get over that. Dang. After that, Kohaku helped me to the bed and made me some rice porridge, which brings us to now. Did she feed us? The silver lining to all this is that Akia has already left for school. If I had fallen 30 minutes earlier, she may have been late.
とにかく。
That's your concern?
翡翠。
That's your concern that she would have been late? Oh my god, stop being so selfless.
美味しいご飯も
Which is
食べたし
weird, because
こうしていれば
he's not-
貧血も収まるから。
in the original I don't feel like he was as much. I feel like he is a little bit of his edges have been sanded off, just a bit. Just a little bit, to make him a bit more normal. I mean, Freaky Tono is still Freaky Tono, but he feels a bit more normal.
かしこまりました。
A bit more Emiya-like in a few ways. Doesn't cook though.
ですが、せめて診察は受けていただきます。
Do I get a choice of doctor? Can
今
I?
朝は荒木
Can I?
先生が
Oh
いらっしゃい
no.
ますので、
Okay, well,
これを機にしっかりお体を見ていただくのはいかがでしょうか。
I mean that was the one I was gonna say. Can we not get? But looks like we're okay. Well, how fitting. She seems like she's here almost every day. What a coincidence. So the oddball doctor's here too, huh? I really don't think I need to be examined. Buddy, you can't move. But I doubt Hisui will just let this go. Oh, we get the choice again. Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with Kohaku first and then Arach after. I'll go with Kohaku. I'm sure it's just my anemia acting up from being so worn out. I'll see if she has anything to help with the dizziness and eye strain, and maybe get some supplements too. Though I'd rather avoid having her look in my body. I'm scraped and bruised all over from last night's scuffle with Miss Noel, and on the off chance Kohaku found that I have internal bleeding or something, it turned into a whole debacle. Shaky, you loud, how did you get yourself injured like this? I can practically hear her scolding me. What? Does this imply that Kohaku watches Star Trek? What? Okay, wait, no. Is that a regular term? Is that not a Star Trek thing? Okay, no, it is, okay. It is an actual term. An athlete who is withdrawn from a sporting event for a year to develop their skills and extend their period of playing. Doesn't make any sense. What? That doesn't make any sense for that. What? Okay, it could also be a supporter of Garibaldi, in particular of one of the 1,000 who sailed with him in 1860 to conquer Sicily. Don't think it's that either. Okay, what are these other definitions? Keep an athlete out of college competition. Nope, that's not it. Delay the start of formal schooling of a child by the year, typically to avoid the situation where the child is the youngest among the class. None of those make sense for this definition. So, I don't get it. Because isn't red shirt Star Trek a thing? Right? Yeah, a red shirt is used by characters who wear red uniforms and they die. Right? Okay. That's the only way I can make it to make sense, because the other definitions do not make sense. So yes, Kohaku, surprising fan of Star Trek.
はい、すみません。反省してます。
Sure enough, it took all of a minute for her lecture to begin. Though I gotta wonder what she means by red shirt. Oh, yeah. Huh?
帰ってくるとき、通学路の坂道で転んじゃって。
Because if we listen to the dialogue in the Japanese, it didn't sound strange. Like, it just sounded like, oh, like you... I'm gonna go back. Yeah. What did she say here?
もう指揮さんの一杯
Ipai, right? Like, that's just the normal thing to say. So I don't, bit of a weird thing.
通学路の坂道で転んじゃって、ドーンと五大統治みたいに。
もうそれはお気の毒に。
It's funny though, because like what he's saying, it sounds like the same excuse people go of like, yeah, my child ran their head into a doorknob. It's like, oh, that's where they got the black eye? They ran into a doorknob? Yeah, I'm sure.
切符を用意しますので、しばらくそのままでお待ちください。あ、体温計で熱を測っておいていただけると助かります。
Please don't be rectal, please don't be rectal, please don't be rectal. First aid kit in hand, Kohaku rises from her seat on the edge of the bed. She could have left it here, but I guess she's too much of a professional for that. I'm used to myself as I watch her exit the room.
ぼんやりしすぎだろ。琥珀さん、救急箱を置いていっていいですよ。またすぐ戻ってくるんだし。
いえ、こちらはお気持ちを鎮めるものばかりなので、内見専用のものと持ち替えてまいります。それにほら、指揮さんのお部屋は片付いているので、使用人の私物で散らかしてしまうのは申し訳なくて。
I have a huge wardrobe just right by the door, full of nothing.
そっか。でも、俺の部屋のことは気にしなくていいですよ。別に綺麗好きってわけじゃないし。
そうなんですか？指揮さんのお部屋、とてもさっぱりしていらっしゃいますが。
It's a very good camera angle. It's a very good angle.
単に持ち物が少ないだけです。まあ、たまたまそうなってるだけですけど。
そういえば、有馬のお家から届いたお荷物もお着替えだけでした。指揮さんの私物は他にないんですか？
うん。カバンに入れてきたものだけで十分。大
Yeah,
事
right
なも
there.
のはここに来るときに全部持ってきた。
Just put it in there. I'm sure none of those are full. My first day here, I stuffed the contents of my bag into my desk drawers. Never mind, I guess it's full. If I ever end up getting kicked out, all I need to do is collect the things in there and I'm good to go. That's really sad that you considered that.
ごめんなさい。私ったら有馬の家に預けられるとき、私物を牧久様に取り上げられたのですね。
いや、昔からそうだったんだ。欲しいものとかなかったから、親父にもねだらなかったし。ただ、事故の前後のことはよく覚えていないから、その頃はどうだろう。
My mind wanders back to my time alone in that hospital room. After days of no visitors and only the lines of death keeping me company, I decided to escape that hellhole. Thanks to that, I had the incredible fortune of meeting Master.
そういえば、 病室から一度だけここに立ち寄った時のこともちょっとうろ覚えだな。
Oh.
親父の書斎に呼ばれたことだけは印象に残っているんだけど。
Oh, wait, I think I know what this is. I think that was when he said I wasn't fit to be the heir to the Tono estate and disowned me.
きっと長い病院生活でお疲れだったのかと存じます。療養中は退屈ですし、一日の感覚も曖昧になっていたのでは？
I'm so curious how they're gonna handle that one route. You know the one. Because it's 90% lying in bed. What are they gonna do? Maybe that's why the Red Garden has like 4 routes instead of 2. Because that route is a lot of staring at a wall.
そう思う。結局半年近く入院していたんだって。体感的には1ヶ月ちょいだったんだけどな。
それはいいことですよ、四季さん。病院とはいえ個室に半年はなかなかにお辛い経験かと。ただでさえ遊びたい盛りの年頃だったのですから。
Kawaku's right. The reason my stay felt so short was thanks to all the people who helped me. I wish I could thank the doctors who saved my life and the nurses who took care of me so kindly.
といけません。すぐに戻ってきますからおとなしくしていてくださいましね。手当てが嫌だからってお出かけになられていたら四季さんを気ままな猫ちゃんに認定です。
Kawaku, I can't walk. Just... okay. She smiles on her way out, the twinkle in her eye shining brighter than any star. Let's see, is this now post scene? Check on the flowchart here. Yes. Okay, well, let us reload and see the other route. Alright. What's up with Professor Arach? Okay. Kawaku is probably busy with other work, so I'll see Professor Arach. I don't exactly trust her, but she is a professional. Scrapes and bruises should be right up her alley. Plus, I still don't know the extent of my injuries from my run-in with Miss Noelle last night. Couldn't hurt to get looked at, just in case I have internal bleeding or something. The less Kawaku knows, probably the better.
ご指名と聞いてやってきたけど。
You look disappointed.
お客さん、悪いところは見当たらないわよ。腕の一本、目玉の一つでもいっちゃってるかと期待して飛んできたのに、これじゃ私欲求不満よ。あ、性的な意味もあるけど、主に知識欲の話ね。
Alright. You're a freak too. Despite complaining the whole time, Professor Arach takes a thorough look over my body. She checks the sound of my pulse and measures my heart rate. Also have her examine my legs, which have weighed on my mind since my fight with Vlov. Ultimately, she finds nothing wrong. Everything comes back well within the norm. With an overdramatic pout, Professor Arach appears disappointed that there wasn't something more.
ま、体温は少しだけ下がってるし。よし、つまんないから1本ぐらいお注射決めておきましょう。
You just give those things out willy-nilly, huh?
今回は試しにプラセンタ行ってみる？
Is that a thing? Oh god, am I gonna have to Google placenta injection? Placenta injection. Is that a real thing? Should I Google this? The effective components extracted from the human placenta is called the placenta extract. By injecting placenta, the placenta is absorbed and has effects on beauty and recovery from fatigue. Okay. Apparently that's a thing that people do. Okay. Is it good for the body? It is effective to improve your overall health, such as daily physical fatigue, eye strain, and unpleasant symptoms associated with menopause. I'm gonna be real. There's a lot of weird stuff with Shiki's body. I don't think he has menopause. Just saying. Because I know the placenta is essentially just raw nutrients, right? I never thought I'd discuss this in Tsukihime. So, it's just like raw nutrients. So, yeah, I guess an injection of it would be technically good for you, but Whose placenta?
もともと女性向けの栄養剤だけどおすすめよこれ。
Yeah, I don't have menopause. Placenta, the stuff extracted from uterine tissue. I hear it's mostly used in cosmetics, but it can also act as a stimulant for recovery from fatigue. They say it even has anti-aging properties. Wow, that's literally what I googled.
お願いします。以前お世話になっていた医院でもた
Oh,
まに打ってもらっていましたから。
oh, my man's full of placentas.
あらあら、話が早くて助かるわ。さすが病弱少年、痛いのは慣れているのね。
Pokey pain. See, that's like me when I had to get horrible, I had mono, and when you have mono and you're itchy, every part of your body hurts. And so getting injections hurt the most ever. So now I'm like, whatever, it's not as bad as when I had mono or testicular
慣
torsion.
れてませんよ。基本は内服薬でしたし、
Oh,
注
huh.
射はたまにしかありませんでした。
Placenta pills.
ふむふむ。はーい、じゃあもう一度お手手を出して。
Oh, no, not in the hand. I hate that. Ugh, I always have to get hand injections. Because, like, my inner arm has, like, no veins. And, like, if I get it in the inner arm, it's fine, whatever. It's like, but on the hand, it's so bony. I hate it.
はーい、ザッキュー。
Oh,
幹
God.
部ごと患者のハート、イチコロよ。
I seriously disagree with her choice of onomatopoeia. Yeah, squelchies? With my shot done, the checkup is over. Except... Professor Arach makes no move to leave the room. Instead, she lingers behind, her eyes fixated on my body.
博士、何かまだ他に要件？
そうなの。診察中にチラッと見えちゃったから気になって。
Uh-oh.
しきちゃん、ガバッと洋服脱いでくれる？
Uh-oh.
はあ？脱ぐって裸ですか？
I gotta say, though, that's one for the good faces Twitter.
そうそうそう。あ、真っ赤になる必要はないわよ。私もまだトーシちゃんに殺されたくないし。見たいのはしきちゃんの上半身。そちら、胸にすっごい傷跡があるんじゃない？
Once again, please ignore the doorbell alarm.
そっちですか。まあいいですけど。
I'm not wild about the idea, but there's no reason for me to say no. She's a doctor after all. And definitely, doctors and nurses will never do anything wrong to Shiki Tono. I take off my shirt and that's, oh, if you know, that's really bad what I just said. I take off my shirt and sit on the bed.
いいじゃないいいじゃない。メープルでジューシーな感じ。いい腕してるって思ったけど、こうして全体として見るとそそるわ。冬ごもって穴蔵ライフになっても、しきちゃん一人いれば食うに困らないわ、私。
Alright, so reminder, he's underage and she's like 40. Okay, great. She seems unable to contain her joy as she probes my shoulders, arms, and stomach, and I'm calling the cops. Touched like this and given her bold choice of dress, I find myself getting a little worked up.
胸の傷跡を見るんじゃないんですか？
おっとそうだった。失敗失敗。
It's another good face.
なるほど。なんか使ったにせよ完全に塞がってるわ。貧弱なのに代謝機能は人並みというか生き残りやすいというか。ああ、すっごく残念。しきちゃん何も引くものがないんだもの。これじゃあ私も足しようがないって感じ？
It's another really good face. After a couple minutes, Professor Arach moves away from the bed, seemingly satisfied.
でも
It's another good
す
face!
ごい傷よね。普通の人間どころか映画に出てくる吸血鬼だって死んでるわよ。
Hmm.
事故に遭った時はどのくらい痛かったのかしら。私想像するだけでドキドキしちゃう。
そうですか。何でもガラス片が降ってきて突き刺さったらしいです。
It is really funny. Well, not funny, but interesting. That he just fully accepts, oh yeah, the accident happened when, like, I got hit by a car. And then, like, in our memories, it's not anywhere near a road. And so he's just like, yeah, that car that was just driving through the woods and hit me into that other child, right? It's like, Well, I think at this point he hasn't put together that those are the same thing, but I just didn't even read that, did I? Well,
覚えてないのね。
let's go back.
な
Wrong
ら
button.
それ
I was told a piece of glass fell and pierced me. Flustered by the use of the word vampire, I explained something that doesn't need explaining.
あれ覚えてないの？覚えてないのね。ならそれはまた別の話としましょう。しきちゃんはここに帰ってきちゃったんだもの。どうあがいてももう逃げられっこないんだし。
Why are you saying that? Hold on. What did she just say?
なんでもない、なんにもない。それじゃあ私はこれにて退場。またいつかラブのタイミングがあった時に会えるといいわね。
Hey, I heard what you said in Japanese. Though I guess let's just say that the italic text on quality there kind of suits what she's saying. Professor Arach leaves, her heels clicking against the floor. What was that thing about her not making noise last time? I mean, is it just to show that there's like she's has something going on, right? She's not just herself, and she makes noise when she wants to. What does that mean? If this was fate, I'd say she's an assassin, but it's not. Huh. Something about the way she walks reminds me of a spider skittering after its prey. Oh, could it be the fact that her name is Professor Arach, buddy? In what can only be described as one of the most on-the-nose names I've ever seen? Like, it's pretty... Like, they could have changed it slightly more, but then again, in Japanese, that might be an actual surprise to be like, oh, Arach means spider in Latin, you know, it's like, oh, right, but for us, it's extremely on the nose. Like if they did her name as Araku, Araku, right? Then it would be like, oh, wow, but then it might be less surprising in Japanese. I don't know. I'm still mad at Nasu for Altria. Oh god, we're gonna get that in the the Fate Stay Night release, aren't we? It's afternoon now. After having a light lunch, I returned to my room. Hisui urged me to get some rest today. Not that I have anything to do in the first place.
体の調子は戻ったんだし、ここは
Take a walk around the first floor or the second floor. Well, geez, when you give it to me like that, I'm just gonna do both. Let's do the second floor first. After mulling over what to do, I decided to take my walk around my first walk around the estate in 7 years. I'll start with the second floor. I feel like you've said that before, buddy. The Tono Mansion is split into the East Wing and the West Wing. The East Wing contains Akia's office, and even further in, her private quarters. It's practically her own little kingdom. I'm a little hesitant to intrude, so I'll stick to the West Wing for today. I make for the west hallway. The path to my right connects to the lobby. Continuing forward would take me into the heart of the West Wing, and of course my own room is directly behind me. Almost every room facing this hallway is empty. They would have been used by extended family members when my father was alive.
この先の行き止まりが確か
Makihisa Tono's study. Arquid's words from last night linger in my mind. It's not just you that's special, it's your lineage. That's absurd. But then again, she's not the type to assert something without good reason. Ooh, frick. Wait, hold up. Okay, let's save here. Okay. This is, we're getting choices upon choices. Okay, we'll go with really shouldn't, then we'll go back for this one. I shouldn't do anything too hasty. Arquid's words still rest uneasily in my mind, but there's no guarantee I'll find what I'm looking for in the old man's study. What would I say to Kohaku or Hisu if they caught me snooping around? There's too much risk involved. I decide to walk around the first floor instead. Oh, will this just bring us back to the first floor? Okay. Whoa, where's this? I find myself squinting from the sunlight peeking through the windows. The lobby never ceases to amaze me. Oh, it's a lobby from the other angle. When I was little, I used to get in trouble all the time for exploring the mansion. It seemed like a castle back then. I was so certain if I looked hard enough, I would find some secret passageway into another world. Oh, buddy! Oh my goodness, dude. You don't know what actually exists. That sense of adventure is gone now, though, along with my nagging father. Is the Cat Kingdom already down there, I wonder? They're all in the past.
懐かしいな。昔は屋敷の廊下を歩くだけで。
Well, not the Cat
ドキド
Kingdom.
キしたっけ?
It's well, no, because it's no, the Cat Kingdom's not there. That's somewhere else. But it's the door. Well, it wouldn't be the door to White Len's whole place. That's the other world that's down there. What is Koaku's crazy dungeon stuff, and that's a world of its own according to the manga. 7-year-old memories of sneaking through the lobby begin to resurface. Spurred by those echoes of the past, I begin my stroll around the mansion. So I wonder if this is actually straight up considered. It is considered a different scene. Okay, we'll see here. I feel like looking into the study is the canon thing, though, so we'll definitely take a look at that after. I head outside to the terrace. Strange as it is, I have a better recollection of the grounds than the mansion itself. I wonder why that is. It's hard to fathom just how enormous the estate is. If the mansion itself is 10 times bigger than most houses, then the land beneath it must rival the size of an amusement park. To a 10-year-old like me, it must have seemed like a dreamland, a fantasy world that I could call my own. I'd spend the day roaming around, carving my name into trees and the dirt. Aki and I had a game where we'd see who could claim the most territory. We decided at one point that we controlled any area we carved our name on. From there, we set out to tag pretty much everything we could find. Most of the time we spent together was actually out here in the garden. Though unlike me, she listened to Makihisa, so she could only play for 30 minutes a day. Even so, all she ever did was follow closely behind us, listening carefully to what we said. But once she got going, she'd run around, turning everything into a competition.
なんだ。あいつ、昔から今の性格の下地はあったんじゃないか。
Could it have been a facade? An act she was putting on in front of the old man? Still, even if that were true, she's changed too much. Maybe I just didn't understand how long 7 years can be. Time passes and children grow up. Neither of us is who we were back then.
Oh, あったあった。
There's a gazebo in the courtyard. At the base of one of its pillars, hidden from the sun's gaze, I find a name etched into the stone. I circle around the building, counting the names as I go. Shiki, Akiha, Shiki, Shiki, Shiki. It looks like this place was fought over 5 times. Most places are the same, with my name appearing a lot more than hers. Akiha was still a little girl. She probably couldn't keep up with my boundless energy.
まったく、手加減ぐらいしてやればよかったのに。
Okay, that's interesting. This one had some different names there. Although it's not like I can go back and change what happened just because I have a bad feeling about it now. Akiha has always hated losing. From the looks of this, I bet I made her shed quite a few tears.
そうか。案外この恨みを今になって晴らしてるのかもな。
I don't think it's that, buddy. Akiha's the last person I expect to do that, but there is something incredibly adorable about the thought of it.
ああ、なんか俺もとことんバカ兄貴だ。
I chuckled wryly to myself before lifting my head. I've had some fun walking down memory lane. Maybe it's time I head back in. Before I turn to leave, something catches my eye. I see another marking scratched into the other side of the gazebo's ceiling.
あんなところに。
Yeah, wait, what? How did that get carved there? I doubt an adult could even reach that high, let alone a
なん
child.
だろう。俺の名前だけど。
From within the gazebo, I put my feet on the handrail to get a better look. It's well hidden. Adults wouldn't be able to see it unless they crouched at the correct angle. There, looking in a hidden corner of the ceiling. What? What? That's new? I don't understand. Beware your brother? This is Nakia's handwriting, which would mean I wrote this. Maybe it was just Tall Steve, the 11-foot tall child who sometimes lived on the mansion. Literally, he lived on the roof, actually, like Yoshi in Mario 64. It's canon. A sudden sound draws my attention. Oh? Through the trees, I glimpse the brown and white of a maid's uniform.
翡翠。
I'm trying to remember how much of this is from the original and how much of this is new. Like, I truly am. There's some things that I don't remember. I remember the broad strokes, but it has been a while since I played the original. She hasn't noticed me. For whatever reason, she continues further into the
なん
forest.
でも
Oh, the clearing. All that's out there is more trees. So what could she possibly be doing? Curious, I decide to follow her for a bit. Wait, or is this the one we're supposed to do? I can't remember. There's a path through the forest, though it hasn't been paved. They say these woods were once the main part of the Tono family estate. That's a beautiful, like, painting like you'd see in, like put a few ducks in there and you'd see it in, like, a hunter's house. They say that these woods were once the main part of the Tono family estate. Originally, the land where the mansion and the garden stand was just the entranceway to this forest. But after the war, the head of the family decided to change things to how they are now. I legitimately went in my brain, what war? And then I realized, oh right, World War II, you know, the thing that affected Japan. Because my brain went to like, whoa, is there like some secret war that I didn't think about? It's like, no, it's the real one. I proceed through the woods. The trees aren't too dense, but they seem to stretch on into infinity. Eventually, I spot a strange building.
あの建物
Oh, we're going to the outbuilding. I half expect Hisui to go inside, but instead she just walks in the opposite direction. Maybe it's some kind of temple or gathering hall. Forgot about the outbuilding too. Okay, the outbuilding is farther away than I thought it was. I continue treading along. I will say the sense of scale is way better here. Because in the original, it kind of felt like everything was pretty close by, but now we're really seeing, oh no, things are quite far apart. Another beautiful background. After about 10 minutes of walking, the labyrinth of trees comes to an abrupt end.
広場だ
In the middle of the forest is an unnaturally open field. What could this place be? At the very least, I have no memory of it. If I hadn't tailed Hisui, I would have never known about this tiny patch of land buried deep in the forest.
こんなところあったかなあったなら学校の遊び場だけど
I have no recollection of playing in this clearing with Akiha. At least, I don't think I do. I contemplate for a second before stepping into the clearing. There's not much out here. Hisui, who had been ahead of me this whole time, is nowhere to be seen.
なんだただの空き地じゃないか
The grass is a lot higher than I thought. It means that no one keeps this place up. The sun beats down harder in the center of the clearing. Even looking down, its glaring white rays overtake my vision. Oh, we're having a flashback. I wonder if it's because I've been in the shade for so long. Feels like the middle of summer. Glancing upward, I find huge fluffy clouds high in the sky. The air shimmers with heat, and the keening of the cicadas eats at me. The cries of the cicadas. My consciousness sizzles. My knees buckle, thudding onto the scalding sand and soil. I know this place. I may have forgotten, but I know it. The summer sun batters my forehead. The screams of cicadas echo in my ears. The smell of blank assaults my nostrils. At my feet lies a crumpled mass, dark and red, that was alive just moments ago. The wound on my chest flares like a knife. Splitting skin and flesh, this pain punctures through my chest. Oh, adding the lyrics to this song is so good. I mean, lyrics, right? Vocalization. It's so good at amping up the creep factor. Whoa, what is this? What is this changing hue? The cicadas screech, screech. They wail for it to stop, stop, stop. The cry for the dead, dead, dead. I hear more screeching of cicadas, even though it's already autumn. Looking up, I feel the summer sun pierce my eyes. The tepid air makes me feel sick. I'm besieged by the sights and sounds of empty shells. The husk of a cicada lies at my feet, a husk that was once a human. The wound splits open. A deluge of red spills out of my chest, coating my hands in glistening crimson. glimpse the silhouette of a figure slumped over, followed by the sound of a young girl's footsteps rushing towards it. Towering clouds sail high above in the distance. Beneath the blue sky, creatures have cast off the shell of this mortal coil. By the time I realize what's happening, I see Akiha bloodied and crying. Screech, screech, screech. Screech, screech, screech. I'm in hell. The shrill of the cicadas threatens to pierce my eardrums like a needle. What is this? My chest stings. I think I'm going to be sick. My wound should have closed a long time ago. Why does it hurt so bad now? It feels busted. Don't use that word. I can't take that word seriously. Unimpeded, a red fluid begins to flow. What's happening? My wound hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. This is the impulse of death. My consciousness plummets. Pus blooms where my wound tears open. Ew, don't like that. My mind regresses, smothered by illusions of summer. Feels like my soul is escaping. I hear the soft thud of my body hitting the grass, which is the second time this has happened today. Well, it's not great. I can hear people talking. So, okay.
様、お医者様をお呼びしないのですか?
Are we... Oh. Oh, we go to the clearing regardless. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was going to say, that's a pretty big thing to be able to miss. I feel like that's very important. So, okay. We will... I'm going to save this, or you know what? Here, this is where we'll do the quick save here. And then we will go to... Let's load back to... Let's see if we just do the initial... Let's see here. Yeah. Let's go back and let's just do the initial, just walk to the first floor and see if that changes anything. Right? We'll go to the first floor. After mulling over what to do, I decided to take my walk around the estate in 7 years, stick to the first floor, and make my way up to the courtyard. Will this be any different? Let's see. Or is this just going to be the same? Okay, so that's all the same. I love the auto fast forward. It's my favorite. I do love just how free and... Okay, so yeah, this is just going to be the same here. Okay, so let's go with... Oh, is this new? Way to continue... Yeah, no, this is the same. Yeah, let's load then. Let's go check out Makihisa's thing, because if we check the flowchart, have we seen it then? Yeah, it just skips ahead. Oh, God, yes, I love this flowchart so much. Anyways, that's absurd. So let's go search it. Yeah. Perfect time. I'm completely alone. Some might consider it taboo to snoop around a dead man's room, but this is my house too. Don't I have a right to know what's in there? Besides, what's the harm in taking a quick peek inside my dad's room? You can always just give the excuse that, oh, I wanted to see if there was anything that, you know, connected memories with, and, oh, it's locked? Well, wouldn't that be a shame if it was accidentally unlocked, you know? The door at the end is locked. I take off my glasses and slice through the line sitting on the walk. Easy. Just like that. There's no going back now. After a quick check back down the hall once more to make sure nobody is there, I venture in. Even with the curtains closed, it shouldn't be this dark. I grope around the wall for a light switch before stopping myself. Turning on the light would only broadcast the fact that somebody's in here. I'm probably just being paranoid, but I end up opting for my phone's flashlight instead. I was going to say, just use your phone light, dude. Can you, like, it's so funny. If you think about it, we as people now have at all times map, flashlight, phone, you know, All these things on us now, camera, right? Like we have them on us at all times, and that totally changes everything. Which there's some people who hate like, oh, we're going to remake this game but give them smartphones, but I feel like adding smartphones means you have to be more creative with your solutions, I think adding smartphones just makes sense, because then that means you can't just do the, well, what if you call someone sort of thing, right? Like people say Home Alone couldn't happen with cell phones, but I feel like a Home Alone where they have cell phones and the thing is still occurring is infinitely more interesting. Oh, that's not scary at all, actually.
なんだ。思ったより片付いているじゃないか。
That's legitimately kind of freaky. The interior is similar to Akia's office. I suppose it's only been a month since he died, so it's not too surprising it's still like this. Even his bookshelf is the same as it was before he died. Which begs the question, why is it so dark in here? I shine my phone towards the windows to see what's up with the curtains. Oh, goodness. Underneath the darkness. That's strange. I find something you'd never expect in an ordinary room. A seal of some kind. Going, "Arf, arf." I'm joking. Because look, I've been playing FGO and there's an event where they keep talking about destroying the seals, but it takes place in the Arctic, and I just think about them just destroying seals, and it's so funny. That's in my mind.
鉄格子。なんで？
None of this makes any sense. But it's hard to deny something when it's staring you right in the face. This wasn't in the original, I'm like 90% certain. In place of windows, I find a section of solid wall. It was this, not curtains, that was blocking out the light. A thick set of iron bars has been mounted across the wall, as if to keep something out. Or something in. Or perhaps to keep something trapped within. Yeah! This looks really bad. I don't know what this darkness means, but I do know that I've stumbled upon something I never should have laid eyes on. A cage of madness, that's what this is. I have to get out of this room right away. The others can't know I was here. Not Akiha, no Kauhaku, not anybody. If someone found out, it'd probably damage our relationship beyond repair.
いや、ここまで来て何ビビってるんだ。
Oh, buddy. Please don't. I'm actually like a little worried I might get jump scared. I continue searching the room, my phone lighting the way. The bookcase also catches my eye, but I don't have time to rummage through it. I'll search Makihisa's desk first. That old man always kept things just so. If there's anything to find, I'm sure that's where I should look. You might have documents on Akiha, me, or the company hidden in one of these drawers. The first two drawers are unlocked, so I check them first. They're totally empty. The third drawer down, however, seems to require a key. I'm guessing this one hasn't been opened since my father died. I take off my glasses once again and kill the lock. God, it's like Kingdom Hearts, where you can just... Anytime there's a lock, it's like, no there's not. Problem solved.
本。日記帳か、これ。
Inside the last drawer are a bundle of old papers and a thick book. The papers look to be a Tono family tree.
なんだってこんなところに。けど、随分と古い紙だな。
This must have been passed down from generation to generation. Bingo. Right below Makihisa Tono, I find Shiki Tono and Akiha Tono. Wait a second.
なんだこれ。親父のやつ、9年前に養子を取ってる。あ、けどすぐに病死しちゃってるな。
It is kind of nice to be replaying this with knowledge of the whole everything, because now I can be like, oh cool, there was foreshadowing. 9 years ago, I would have been 8. I may have been young, but it's pretty weird that I don't have a single memory of them. Maybe it was the child of a mistress that was kept under wraps? Look, the old man I know, always no nonsense by the book. Really do something like that?
そんなわけないか。けど、うちの当主ってみんな短命なんだな。親父も50前に病死したわけだし、その前は30歳の時に事故死、その前は18歳で自殺している。
Hang on a second. That's too weird to just be a coincidence. I pore over the family tree. I didn't read it wrong. Everyone in the Tono family has died under mysterious circumstances. Suicides, accidents, murders, unexplained disappearances. Not a single person on here died peacefully at the end of a long life. I don't know how else to explain it other than that they were cursed. The thing that sticks out most is that the majority of them took their own lives. Many killed themselves on the eve of their adulthood or soon after. Light fades from my vision. There's a sensation of blood pooling in the back of my head. Numbness is spreading through my arms and legs, and breathing grows shallower with every second. My gaze drifts back to the journal, focusing in on it to ward off the rising feeling of vertigo and dread. I flip the page. This one's dated 2004. That's wild, because that would have been like the future in like the original Tsukihime. That's the same year the child Makihisa adopted passed away in secret. My eyes dissect each word before moving on to the next. The writing is neat, looks to be penned by my late father's meticulous hand. I feverishly read the
友の
page.
一族は呪われている。近代に移ってから生まれてくる子供にはからの覚醒遺伝が。
Century is almost 10 years old. The ink has faded in places, making the words difficult to decipher.
私も私の子供たちも例外ではない。秋葉には特に強見られる。我が子の未来を思うと悲しい。紹介された医師の話によると、幼年期から厳しく教育すれば発言は。
Now I remember that doctor line. I think I remember it. But if that was Dr. Arach, then Dr. Arach is not really a new character, it's just an expanded on character from the original. Huh.
今夜も手術が必要だという。
Uh-oh.
秋葉に教えることは
I heard the door.
あの子は私を恨むだろう。理由なく厳しく当たる私を憎むだろう。それもすべて遠野の。だが私は安堵している。どれほど秋葉がの血に近と言っても、あの兄に比べれば秋葉ははるかに人間的だ。
Oh, what is this? The Tono family is cursed? Latent genes? Surgery for Akiha? And who is that last line about? Her brother. Her brother, her brother. The answer is obvious.
こんにちは、四季君。
Oh! Huh. My stomach feels hot. The scar on my chest has gone numb plenty of times, but this is an entirely new experience. An excruciating pain erupts from within, like my organs are being branded with an iron rod. Sensation begins slipping away from my toes. I slump against the desk, attempting to brace myself with my hands, but unable to maintain my grip, I fall to the ground back first.
その日記はまずい。何しろ、まだ検閲が済んでいない。君に見られる予定もない。
Huh. Who killed us in the original, then? I can't even think about who that was. Maybe it was intentionally left blank, or maybe you just didn't die here. My mind drifts away. The man's voice, it's...
君にはもう少し、あの未熟な当主殿をかき回して欲しかったのだがね。どうやってかは知らないが、鍵を手に入れたのが、君の不運ということだ。
Okay, so you don't know about my eyes. That's good to know. I kind of felt like you did. That's good. By the time I notice, my breathing has long since ceased. The lines, once clear as day, are gone, as is my headache. Of course, only now does it dawn on me. Those insufferable headaches were also a kind of salvation. I mean, how am I supposed to wake up without them? Shikitono, whose body has lost its function long ago, drifts off into an eternal sleep. 2 deaths in one video? Could you believe it? Very interesting. I can't remember who was there. Dubious hint segment number 8. Can't remember who was there in the original. If someone was. Or if this section even was there. It's been so long. Oh, there's a rocket. You see, it's quite shrimple, really. There's that cat. That cat looks like a black version of the Taiga Dojo. Huh. Alright, this feels like a reference to some pop culture thing that I'm completely missing.
こんにちは。デッドエンドのなかった6、8日間、十分にお休みできましたか？物語はいよいよ佳境。ここからまた死亡ケースが多発しますので、賢明な遠野くんにおかれましては、気を引き締めて選択肢を選んでいただければ。では、今回のデッドエンドですが、後ろからぐっさりですね。メガネともあろう男が油断しすぎだよにゃ。それともあの包帯男見かけよりやるってこと？
Sure would like to learn more about him.
あの部屋の異様さに飲まれていたのもありますが、遠野くんの不注意ですね。
Is that maybe where he stays? Maybe? No, I don't know, because there was... I don't know.
そもそもこの手の潜入捜査は2人1組が理想です。
Oh.
1人が扉のそばで誰か来ないかを見張り、もう1人が書類を吟味する。
Okay.
そういった頼れる誰かと縁ができるまで、この書斎の調査は控えた方がよろしいかと。
Okay.
まさに SPY！ でもそんなスキル持った知り合いいる？シエルは武闘派だからそういうの向いてに良さそうだし。単独であればできないことはありませんが、遠野くんのフォローをしながら潜入というのは確かに私向きではありませんね。いつかそういった見方ができればいいのですが。
I don't even know who that would be.
露骨にフラグを立てやがって。誰かな？メイドかな？そっちかな？
I want her to be like who?
さあ、そこまでは何とも。少なくとも私たちの吸血鬼事件には関わりのない話でしょう。
That's true. This feels like a Red Garden sort of thing.
さて、今回のシーン
Oh my
は
god,
はっ
what
き
if
り
it
し
is
ていますの
Sachin?
で、前の選
What if
択
that's
肢に
not
戻
a
るだ
thing
け
in
で
this
OK
game
で
at
す。
all? Because I forgot, we're kind of only playing the first half. Oh man.
君子危うきに近寄らず、当の巻久氏の書斎を避けて安全な場所を選びましょう。
What? Okay.
屋敷の中もデストラップだらけとか、この屋敷どうなってんの？
Okay. Well, that's that then. Okay, so that leaves us waking up after that scene. Sounds good, guys. We will leave it there for some more Let's Read Tsukihime, Piece of Blue Glass Moon, and we will continue with that next time. So I'll see you then for some more. Ciao. Yo.